Hello, everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done a live broadcast, and I'm here at City Hall. I find it amazing to see what 2020 has been like so far. It's just we've been through so much here in Torrance. Started off with a cyber attack. Then we got COVID-19 tearing up the world, shutting down economies, especially here in the United States. I guess around the world, but obviously we feel it more here because we have a strong economy to begin with. We have protests, uh, people burning up buildings. I know that's calmed down quite a bit, and appreciate that. I always appreciate a peaceful protest, but the minute you start burning up places and hurting people, killing people in some cases, then that's pretty much where we need to draw the line. Looting, violence, intimidation, that's not constitutionally protected. That's no longer freedom of speech at that point. And I think that's where there's a huge divide right now in our country that's really being pushed by certain groups. These are groups that thrive in chaos, and I really do hope that some of you that support these groups realize what their fundamental goal is, and it's to tear up America. And I know that sounds a little extreme, but the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in Seattle. We have six blocks of the city that has been overtaken by thugs, overtaken by Black Lives Matter. Now, of course, not all Black Lives Matter or those types of members. I mean, these are extremists within their own groups, and I'm really saddened by it because I don't think Black Lives Matter started that way. But in my opinion, and I've said it publicly and I'll say it again, in my opinion, Black Lives Matter has become a terrorist organization. They're out terrorizing the nation and in the world. They're using intimidation, violence, and destruction to get their message across. And it weakens the message tremendously. And I get a lot of pushback for that, and I kind of find it ironic that the same things that I accuse this group of doing, its own members are doing it to me right now. They go on my company and put 1-star reviews. I've gotten several 1-star reviews, and to me that's pathetic. It is pathetic. And that's exactly why these groups, I consider them terrorist organizations, because they're trying to take my livelihood away by bad-mouthing and destroying what I've built throughout my life. But I'm not one that takes threats lightly, and I will not sit on my hands while people do that. I will continue to push back. As a matter of fact, the more you push me, the more I push back. It's part of who I am. I am disgusted by some of the people. Some of the people, actually, I belong to an organization, and I'm going to mention their name because I think they're a great organization. New Challenge Ministries. We help hundreds of thousands of people a year with food and clothing. Several individuals have contacted New Challenge Ministries, wrote letters to take me off their board. Again, pathetic. Pathetic. Luckily, I've been such a big help to that organization, and everybody that's in my contacts have been a great help to that organization. Actually, overnight we raised over $2,000 to help out 10 elderly individuals here in Torrance, feed them for a month. Again, pathetic. Some of you that attack me are pathetic. Going to New Challenge Ministries and telling them to take me off their board. Pathetic. Absolutely disgusting. These are people that have nothing to do with my points of views. All they do is help people out. Again, pathetic. In 2022, March 1st, there's going to be an election. And you can bet your butt I'm going to run in that election and defend my seat. You can bet your butt I will. District 5. I'm going to fight for that seat just the same way I fought for this seat that I'm sitting on right now. I don't take thugs, attacks, intimidation tactics. I don't take them lightly. But again, I'm not going to sit on my hands and be intimidated by thugs and people that have zero morals. Putting 1-star reviews on my company, people that I've never done business with, to try to destroy me. Go ahead. Try to destroy me. Try to destroy me. The voters will get to choose in 2022 whether they want to keep me or get rid of me. And I'm okay with that. But leave it up to the voters. I've put so much work into doing things to better Torrance. To make it cleaner, to make it safer. You may not agree with me, and that's okay. That's part of our beautiful country, is that we can actually disagree with each other. But the minute you start going after my livelihood and my family, that's where I draw the line. So I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take it sitting down. I will be standing. I will be fighting every battle standing. Standing for what I believe is right. You have the freedom to disagree with me, but when you start attacking my family and my livelihood, I have a problem with that. I got a private message saying that I'm going to rape your wife in Spanish. I have another message that was sent to me, go back to your country. This is the kind of hatred that you get the minute you're vocal. The minute you open your mouth. So yeah, I could be like every other politician and disappear for 4 years. Just come back 90 days before the election and tell you how great I am and all the things that I've accomplished. But no, that's not me. My re-election is not for 2 years. A little under 2 years. Some people say, well, you're just, you're campaigning. I'm not campaigning. I'm trying to do my job. I got elected to do a job, not to just sit here and warm up my seat. I'm disappointed in some aspects because I feel like I'm fighting battles on many fronts. I'm not one to give up. I'm not one to back down. And I'm definitely not one that's just going to sit down and just take it. There's no way in hell that under my watch, we're going to have groups or certain groups dictate how we need to run our police department. This whole defund law enforcement is pathetic. Another pathetic move. I agree. Do we need to put more money towards mental health? Absolutely. But you don't take it away. You don't take it away from our police department and give it for mental health. That's just not the way it works. Yes, I agree. We do need to put more money towards social programs and getting people off the streets. Mental health, of course. Not necessarily as a city, but as a county and as a state. For sure. No doubt. But you don't take it away from law enforcement. the safety of our city is far more important than anything else. Because if you're not safe, then you're nothing. Just like if you're not healthy, then you're nothing. And being safe is one of the most beautiful things about living in this community, is the fact that we feel safe. We know we're safe, but we also feel safe. Now, judging a whole department or the whole law enforcement based on the horrible acts of a few is no different than judging every doctor for those doctors that have performed wrong surgeries and killed people. I mean, it's no different. You can't judge everybody by the acts of a few. Yes, we need to fix certain things, but we need to come to the table respectfully and not burn down whole cities, loot businesses, hurt and murder people. That's not how you come to the table. What's happening in Seattle is a disgrace. 6 blocks being taken over by thugs. For what? So they can smoke pot, drink, and say that they're free? They're not free. They're caged in like animals in those 6 blocks. They've built their own walls around it. The same walls that they find racist here, but yet they've managed to build their own walls around their own community. To protect them from what? I don't know what's going on, quite honestly. I don't know what the hidden agenda is behind all this. But whatever is happening is definitely dividing up the country. And it's got to stop. Black Lives Matter has become a terrorist organization. Okay? I don't think they were like that. I don't think the initial idea was that. But if they cared about black lives, they would care about every black life. Not just the ones that are murdered by white police officers. That's my whole beef with them. Is that they don't care about the black on black crimes. They don't care about black police officers being murdered. What about that black life? That's why I have a problem with it. I have a problem with the fact that it's not all black lives that are being protected. It's whatever they feel can give them some kind of political stepping stone. That's the problem that I have with it. And no, I don't think all black... Some people posted that I think all black people are terrorists. Are you kidding me? Antifa, another one. It's not a organization. It's not real. Well, they have a flag. They have a logo. And they have individuals that belong to a network. So whether you call it an organization or not, they exist and they're burning up crap. But back to Torrance. I ran on a platform, a cleaner and safer Torrance. And that's all I've been doing is fighting for that. A cleaner and safer Torrance. We had, we don't have anymore, a contractor that used to pick up the large item pickups, and one way or another, it got taken away from us. Now we have staff doing it. They're doing a pretty decent job. I get it. But, if people don't call in this stuff, it's just going to sit there for weeks. I have a pet peeve about people leaving shopping carts at the bus stations. Now, it may not be important, okay? People say, well, it's not as important as blah, blah, blah. I get that. It may not be important, but it's important to me, and it's important to many, because that is contributing to our city looking bad. And when our city looks bad, then businesses tend to do less business. People don't want to move to areas that look deteriorated, so we get less and less desirability. So you want to protect Torrance? You the resident and the business owners have to be part of that solution. We all have to pick up the phone and call things in. Whether it's an abandoned couch or a shopping cart. And yeah, we can pull over and pick it up ourselves. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But we all have to strive to that point so that our city can be cleaner and safer, because they all go hand in hand. I'm a big supporter of our police department. Okay, I'm a big supporter of them because you know what? They've done a great job. Over the years, they've done, and yeah, do we have our problems? Of course we have our problems, but we need to fix those problems. And no way in hell would I ever agree to defund, and I will never take a knee for an organization that demands it. I will never take a knee to America. I will always stand for America. Think about it. We are being extorted. We are being pushed to defund law enforcement. Now, that wasn't the narrative 3 weeks ago. The goalpost keeps on getting moved. So, are we going to bow down to the demands of a terrorist organization? Or are we going to fix the problems that we have? We do have problems, and we need to fix those problems. But we can't just bow down and take a knee. It's not about solidarity. It's not about solidarity, because solidarity is for every race. And yes, I do believe that all lives matter. And I can't believe some of you calling that out, calling it racist. That I believe that everybody is equally important. Everybody, every color, every gender, every background is equally important. We are equals. And we all have our problems. And yes, I acknowledge that there's certain races may have more problems than others, but let's look at the root of the problem. Let's not always point the finger. Let's look at the root of the problem. When almost 70% of black kids grow up without a father. Why don't we look at statistics? Those are the things we need to fix as well. We can't just point the finger at a police officer that, like the incident in Minneapolis, that's a horrible incident. And yes, they should be tried and go to jail. But you don't tear apart law enforcement across the nation because of that. Because the ones that are going to be most negatively affected by tearing apart law enforcement across the nation are the victims themselves. We can't create a nation like the Wild West. Come on, guys. We're in this together. And some of you might be rolling your eyes, and that's okay too. Whatever. Roll your eyes, vote me out, put in the, keyboard warriors, saying, oh, this is the last time you're going to be... you know what? Vote me out. You guys don't want me in 2022. Vote me out. But until that day, I'm going to keep on fighting for Torrance. What I believe needs to be done for Torrance. Until that day, I'm going to keep on fighting. And I invite you guys to be vocal about this. Don't hide. Please don't hide. Be vocal. Even if it's vocal against me, be vocal. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can take a few punches. Come on, guys. This is America. We're better than this. We are better than this. Don't let one organization dictate our future. And again, I say this from the bottom of my heart. I think their intentions were perfectly fine initially. But they've been overrun by extremists within their own organization. And I think they know it too. I think they know it too. Antifa, anti-fascist, but yet they're acting fascist. They're the ones being fascist and they're saying they're anti-fascist. Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. Anyways, God bless you guys. God bless Torrance. God bless America. And I will keep on fighting till my last breath.